Hello, this is Nicole with Angelic Therapy and Healing, bringing you all a reading that's actually going to be for all of your astrological signs. So yes, we are going to cover every sign in this one reading. They're going to be fast, quick messages. They're not going to be super in-depth, but there should be something in here for all of you that will help with your specific details. It'll drill a little bit further down for you, specific versus just the general reading. Now, as far as time, these messages would be applicable now through the end of September 2018. Now, of course, remember, anytime it comes to tarot, maybe you're somebody that stumbles on this reading in December. Well, whenever you stumble upon it, these messages would be for you for the following month after you hear them. So if it happens to pop in your feed and starts playing, well, that's when you're meant to hear it. So those of you that want to know about the cards, we're going to be using the Osho Zen, the Angel Tarot by Jane Wallace, the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baron Reed. We are going to be using my Rebel deck, so for those of you that aren't fans of foul language, we are putting those in this reading this week because everyone's going through some pretty heavy stuff. What I like about the Rebel deck is there's always like spot-on messages for people. They're very direct, very on the point. When we cover those, you will know right away what they are saying to you, but they also make everybody laugh. Even though it's a serious message, it kind of brings laughter. And we're all kind of at a point right now where we need a little bit of laughter. We're going through heavy stuff. Laughter is going to help everyone. So we are going to pull a Rebel deck card for every single one of your signs to bring you a little bit of joy, bring you a little giggle in your belly. You need that. We all need that. And then the last deck we're going to be using is Kyle Gray's Angel Prayers Oracle cards. Now, I am not going to have time to timestamp it, so if those of you listening would be dear, helpful folks for me, and just please timestamp below, what I'll do is I will come back at some point and I will gather all your timestamps and put those up in the notes section for everyone. But if you could help me with that, I would really, really appreciate it. If you find that your sun sign's not really resonating with you, go ahead and listen to your moon and rising sign, as you might find something for that. And I think that's it. Let's go get started. For those of you new to the channel, glad to have you here. Hopefully you will also find something, and make sure we got these up right. And it's a lot of cards, so yes, they're all already pulled and ready for each of you. So welcome, welcome. Glad to have everyone here. All my loyal subscribers, welcome back. You guys are awesome. Okay, now let's see here. Okay, I've got the camera zoomed in close enough. You should be able to see the details of the cards. Let me look here. Excellent, and they're actually fitting in the frame. This is a winning day, if they will stay still. Okay, Virgos, it's your birthday. So guess what? We are starting with you. Happy birthday. So we will then work our way down through the signs, all in order, starting with you, birthday folks. So you have participation, inspiration, trust your vibes. We'll read this in a moment. And then the Metal King. And under the Metal King, it says discipline, armor, and boundaries. So let's see here, Virgo. We got a lot of fire. So this card is a fire sign, this participation card. This is all about, you know, everyone giving and receiving. Like if you look here, you see there's 4 figures, and they each have their hand in, and they each have one hand facing up, they each have one hand facing down. That's because they're all equally giving, they're all equally receiving. No one has both hands upright to take from everybody else. No one has both hands down, like they're just not going to be giving. It's giving and receiving. It's equal. So you have a new opportunity. You've got this Ace of Wands. You've got this new opportunity to collaborate with others in order to create something new, something that will benefit those of you that are in the group, and something that will also be able to benefit others. And it's something that you can't do alone. You actually are needing some help, because there's something you're trying to create, and some of you have been trying to create it on your own, and you've been having a number of struggles with that. And it is going to be a successful new beginning. You've got this Ace of Wands. That's all about beginnings. It's being excited about this new thing that you're going to create, start. And it is time to start that. So you are getting the correct intuitive information. You've got this trust your vibes. At the bottom it says, thank you, angels. Today I choose to trust my intuition and my guidance. And see, she's tapping in. She's listening. Continue to listen to that inner knowing. You are being guided into this new beginning, this new start. Could be a new career, could be a new business. It could just be moving to a new home, relocating. But you are getting divine guidance. You are being intuitively guided in that new direction. But for many of you, it's actually something that you're going to be doing like work-wise, or some new, it could be a non-profit venture that you're going to be doing to help others. But the problem is you're having difficulties doing this, getting this thing up off the ground. Your card from our Rebel deck says, get over yourself, pull your shit together. And on the back it says, help people, give back, do good shit for humanity. So it is, for many of you, it really is a humanitarian venture that you're starting in. You know, maybe you're looking at getting into spiritual work. Or maybe you're looking at setting up a shelter or something for people that have gone through abusive situations. But you're really wanting to start this. You're really wanting to do it. You're really focusing on it. You're visualizing it. You're thinking about it. You're wanting to do that. But the thing that's holding you back is you have some naysayers they're really holding you back. You've got this Metal King. And the Metal King is, you know, he will protect you from what others are saying, be it their criticism, being their cutting, hurtful, cruel words that they're sharing. Because for a number of you, it could be family members that are saying, oh, this is never going to work. I can't believe you're thinking about doing that. Why would you waste your investment, your money that you've been saving to invest in that? This is just ridiculous. But they're not being supportive, and they are overstepping their boundaries. So for some of you, you need to set some boundaries with those people. You also need to be proud of what you're wanting to create, what you're wanting to start, because your intentions are good. They're pure. Your heart is in the right place. You're going to help so many people. So move forward, Virgos. Move forward, regardless of your naysayers. Set some boundaries and just go for it. Do it, because it is going to be success, and you are going to help so many people. So trudge forward. And what a great month, your birthday month. So Libras, let's see what you have. Making sure you guys are kind of in the frame-ish. Okay, looks like you are. Okay, Libra, you have mind, love, express your creativity. We will read this one when we get there, and then the winged wise ones. So mind, you know, you are very stuck in your head at this time. You have a lot of negative thoughts that are spinning out of control in your head. It's also blocking your intuitive knowing that's coming in. I'm actually going to hold this up. If you can see, there's all these wheels turning. You know, you're just spinning over and over and over and over and over. And you've got these smokestacks. So you've got all this toxicity coming out, but you don't have God's divine light coming in. You don't have that intuition, that divine knowing coming in, because you're blocked off because of all this stuff that's just spinning in your head. And for many of you, you've kind of hardened and closed your heart because this is all wood. So the problem is it's blocking you from moving forward. Many of you are very fearful of moving forward because you've got worries, you've got fears, you're fretting, what am I going to do? Like, when you look at this mouth, it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened. Some of you recently went through a breakup, or you're in the midst of a breakup, and you're just so stressed and worried about it. It is about love. You've got this Ace of Cups, and at the bottom it says love. This is about new beginnings in love, new beginnings in things that are emotional, things that fulfill you. It doesn't always have to be love. You know, we can start a new business, a new career, and it can just fill us with joy. And that is something that is of love. It fills our heart with happiness. But usually this is about love. It's a fresh start in love. It's a fresh start that is guided by our emotions, like our heart is drawing us, like, you know, I'm being called to do this. This is the direction I need to go. But this card also reminds us to nurture the relationships, nurture those who are bringing us happiness. So for number, you have been in a relationship or a situation where you've not been happy. It's not been good. Many of you, you are feeling broken. You see how this angel, she's standing on this pedestal. And you see there's this feather here. So it's almost kind of like she got in a fight and she had a feather come out and now she's finally up on her pedestal. So for some of you that this is a relationship, this person has not been putting you on a pedestal. You are worthy of being put on a pedestal. You should be in a relationship with someone who is going to put you on a pedestal and be like, oh my gosh, I am so lucky to have them. God has blessed me so much. But you haven't been getting that in this relationship that you have been in, which is why you are being divinely guided to move in a new direction. Move in a new direction with love. This express your creativity. At the bottom it says, thank you, angels, for helping me express my inner creator. The angels are giving you a blank canvas. See how she's like open up like, wow, like look at this opportunity. They've given you this blank canvas. It's beautiful, it's sparkling, it's glittery. You can create anything you want. They want you to create something new, a new love, a new life. But you need to think about, what is it that you want to create? What is it that you desire? So start taking the time to do those visualizations. Now, as far as your Rebel deck, we have the stop texting, stop stalking, stop checking on that person. Just fucking stop. And on the back it says, spend your time on someone worth it. Don't waste it on ridiculousness. Many of you, it is a relationship, and they've not been honoring you. They've not been giving you the things that you need, that you desire, and that you are deserving to receive. So it is time to close that chapter. And many of you that you have closed the chapter, you're just having a hard time moving on past it. You're going over and over, oh my gosh, what happened? How did that go wrong? Oh my gosh. And you're afraid to open up to something new because what if that happens again? And oh my gosh, you've been healing. You notice she's not missing big chunks of feathers. She's only got this one that's sitting there. You made it through. You're also protected. This card is all about divine intervention. Like if you can read here, it says angelic help, miraculous aid. You are protected. You are safe. At this time, that relationship, the situation that ended for you, it was divine intervention that stepped in to say, oh no, that chapter's done. We're closing that. Bye-bye. We're giving you something new. Now they haven't defined what the new is yet because, again, you have a total blank canvas. So this would be a good time for you to start doing some visualization boards. Start thinking about, for many of you, this is a love thing. It's a relationship that ended. So start thinking about, okay, what is it that I want in my partner? And think about those things and visualize those things and have some emotion when you're visualizing those things. And don't put God in too tight of a box. Sometimes people will put together a list of, I need these 164 things with the mate for me to get with him and move forward with him. Well, then you've narrowed things so much. So maybe you say you want a guy that's 6'2", and maybe the perfect guy for you is like 5'11". So, but now you've said, okay, God, if you don't bring me these 164 things, and one of those is he's got to be 6'2", just keep on looking. Well, they're not going to find someone with those 164 items. So don't put God in a very tight box. Instead, think big picture. Okay, I want someone who has a good heart. I want someone who's compassionate and loving. And if you do have some of those things, like I'm a person, I like tall guys. I would say I want someone that's tall. I want someone who's warm, who's loving, who's compassionate, someone who's going to give back, someone who's going to honor me, respect me. You deserve someone who's going to honor you and respect you. Put things like that down that you're looking. And if there are some things like, I'd like him to have a job. I don't want to have, some of you had to take care of this other person. You felt like you were their mama. He needs to have a job. I need him to have more than just a pulse. He's got to be contributing. I need someone that's contributing to the relationship as much as I'm contributing so that we are on the equal footing. We are an equal pair. So start visualizing that so that they can bring you what you would like. Let this person go from the past. They're saying it's time to let them go. It's not meant to happen. It's not meant to work out. They were not putting you on a pedestal. You, dear, deserve to be on a pedestal. And you deserve to be with someone else that's right beside you on a pedestal because the two of you are in your power. Your power couple. You do amazing things. That's what you need. You need someone that's your equal. This person was not your equal. But it's time for you to create that. So start doing some visualization. Start thinking about what you want. Make it amazing. Make it juicy so they can bring it in, because they're going to. You got a whole team helping you. Okay, so now we are on to Scorpios. You all have a lot of cards. Okay. Okay, Scorpios. Leave it to Scorpios. I'm a Scorpio. For those of you like, Nicole, what'd you just whisper? I am a Scorpio. Right there with all of you. Okay. Okay. Yes, you can see it. Great. Okay. Scorpios. Okay. So you've got like two messages. The first one is you've got exhaustion, resolution, spirit animal. We'll read that when we get to it, and the River Queen. Then you have this second. Exhaustion, control, the divine physician. We'll read that, and the River Queen. So you're worn out, Scorpios. You are totally exhausted. You're out of energy. You're just feeling beat up. You just feel like, okay, I can't continue to do this fight anymore. You have been giving every little bit that you have to this culmination, this ending, this conclusion. For many of you, this is in fact a legal matter. But you've been giving it all. You've been doing everything you can to keep it together. You some days are wondering how you have not snapped and lost it. You are struggling to keep things running. You are struggling to keep it together. You're not having fun. You're not enjoying life because you are totally focused on this. And for most of you, this is a financial matter. It's a legal matter. And you're just totally focused on that. You're not taking a break. You're fearful if you take a break, everything's just going to fall apart. You feel you've got to have this in tight control, tight grip of it. If you look here, I mean, look at that. He's beat up. His hair is a wreck. He's got wrinkles all over. He's got patches on his clothes. He can't even go out and buy new clothes. He's so worn out, he's like, you know what? Let me just slap some duct tape here. Nobody will notice the hole. I got to keep on moving. And Scorpios, you're almost done. Don't give up. They're saying don't give up. You're very close. You're about to bring this to a conclusion. You do have resolution, 6 of Swords. This is about safety. You are protected. You are safe. You are going to come out on the other end of this, and you are going to be pleased with the outcome. It is going to be in your favor. This transition, so this culmination, this ending, for many of you, it is a legal matter. So when you get the disposition, the judgment, you are going to be freed from this prison, because it's kind of like he's like stuck in this prison. He's stuck in this robot. So many of you, you become robotic. So you're just doing the motions of life every day. You're not enjoying life. You're not living life. You're just like, when is this freaking thing ever going to be over so I can be free and break out of this prison? And you're looking outside like, oh my gosh, I went out there. I don't want to be in here anymore. You are about to be freed from this. This is a card that also reminds us that it's time for us to have happiness again. It's time for us to have peace. It's reminding you the end is near. You are about to be free of this stressful situation. You are about to let go of all these feelings of being exhausted and drained. Many of you, the situation you've gone through, you have felt bullied. You have felt betrayed. You have felt humiliated, embarrassed. Some of you have lost your faith in humanity. And it's why you're just kind of like, oh my gosh, you're like, I'm on the rock bottom and I'm still not out of this hell. This is also a card that is about that this situation that you're going through is regarding legal matters, legal disputes. For some of you, it could be an argument. But I get from a number of you, this is something bigger than just, okay, I had an argument with my parents or my family or my spouse. This is bigger than that. And this is something that has been going on for months or years for a number of you. Then you have spirit animal. Spirit animal. At the bottom it says, thank you, Animal Kingdom, for blessing my path with love. Now, Your Rebel card says, drop the fucking ego. And on the back it says, what? Oh, they're telling me I've got them mixed up. Okay. Well, they should have been more clear when they had me separate them. This is your card. Okay. It says, you are being shady. Watch out. Shit could get ugly. And then you have the River Queen. Some of you guys, it's a problem with a man. It could be an employer. That could be talking to me. If you're having issues with your attorney, it could be talking about a judge. But you've got the River Queen. That would be you. At the bottom, it says flow, letting go, natural movement. So Scorpios, what they're saying is, you see how this and he's prepared for battle. And he has this illuminated eagle behind him. And eagles on their own are the leader of all winged creatures, birds. They are the chief. They're the leader of the pack. They fly higher than any others. This is about having a higher perspective. And for many of you, through this situation, you have been able to see through the lies, through the treachery, because you see he's got this red paint across his eyes. But it would appear that was, blindfold. The blindfold is off. So for many of you, you've been going through the situation because you've had your opposition, your adversaries, the people that you are in this battle with, they've been lying to you. So for most of you, they're saying that this shadiness that has been their shadiness, the veil has been removed. You are divinely seen through what they have been doing to you, the lies they have been feeding you. You are seen through the treachery. You are divinely seeing that. You are intuitively seeing that. And that gives you the advantage, because you can see right through what they're doing. You can also see right through as to what you need to do, because eagles are very, very powerful. They signify, if the eagle is your animal, it signifies someone who is a leader. You are a leader. So because of this divine guidance, because the eagles are also about, divine connection, guidance, wisdom coming from the divine, because they do fly so high, you are receiving this divine guidance and wisdom and information that is coming through, that has been helping you every step of this way. This path that you've been on, you are about to get past this, they're saying. You do have this one last hurdle. You see this water, the water's kind of smooth. It's all foggy, nothing's clear all the way around her. But you can tell there's light shining in the future, in the path. She's heading toward the light, but the water's picking up. So you are about, when you go to a waterfall, right as you're about to come upon the waterfall, the water gets really, really rocky. Really, really rocky. If you've ever gone whitewater rafting, it gets very turbulent anytime you get to where the water's going to drop or shift or change. So she's coming upon this big change, this big waterfall. You are about to drop down this waterfall and be freed of this situation, where you will land in this beautiful, crystal clear water. You will have the sun gazing down on you. It will be over. You will be free from this prison. But to get to the other side of the waterfall, you have to go through this last hurdle. So for some of you that this is a legal battle, you may have a final hearing. You may have to do a final testimony. You may have to have a final conversation. You may have to have final settlement conversations. But they're saying it's going to get ugly because you've got this last rocky moment, but continue to keep focused on the end, focused on the prize. You are about done. Continue to listen to your guidance that you're intuitively getting. Do not give up. For some of you, they're saying that it's time for you to start, since you have been in this for so long, you keep thinking it's almost over, it's almost over, it's almost over. Well, if you keep thinking that and you keep saying that, well, guess what? Day after day, it's almost over, it's almost over. It's never over. So you need to start saying it's done. It is finished. It is over. And when you exclaim that and you say that out loud, don't do it in the grocery store. People are going to think you're off a little bit, but say it at home. Do your affirmation out loud. Say it out loud. But when you say that, allow yourself to feel it, because when we can feel things, we're able to manifest it. Like if someone sits there all day long, I want a new car, I want a new car, I have a new car, I have a new car, and they aren't thinking of how it's going to feel to drive that car, how happy they're going to be, they don't have car repairs anymore, they are not going to manifest it. Like if somebody's just saying affirmations out loud every day, I am healthy, but they're not visualizing, oh my gosh, this is how it feels to be healthy. This is how it feels to be able to walk easily, breathe easily. This is, oh my gosh, it feels so good. And then suddenly those affirmations manifest and they're healthy. You have to have emotion behind it. So you need to start saying and thinking, it's finished, it is done. And visualize and have the emotion of, okay, how's it going to feel when it's done? I mean, visualize and feel that freedom, that happiness, that joy, that relief. Having those burdens lifted from you. How good does that feel? For many of you, this is something that you are impacting the lives of others, so you may be a whistleblower in your company. I've had a number of people send me messages about how they're in situations where they're just having to go to bat for themselves, as well as others who are being wrong, who are having injustices and things. So the result of what you're going through is going to benefit others. So just think about also how proud you'll feel that, you know what, there were things righted toward me, all these wrongs that were done, they were righted. Things were fixed for me, and oh my gosh, it's fixing it for other people. I am just so proud and honored that I was able to help them. Because if the people can't do what you're doing, remember, you're the leader. You're the leader of the pack. You're fixing it for you, you're fixing it for them. It's almost over. Stay strong, hang in there, but feel it. Feel it. How does it feel? Oh my gosh, it feels so good. You're not stressing. You can go have fun. You can live life again. It's time to start living life again, Scorpios. You do have this last hurdle. Now, let me see if I can get my coins. Ah, there they are. So in the military, at least here in the U.S., we get these things called challenge coins. You know, you'll be given them sometimes because of excellence, things that you've done. And it's interesting because if you know, say I go and I meet you at a bar for a drink, and say I throw one of my challenge coins down on the table. And if you don't have a challenge coin, guess what? You get to buy me a drink. But say I throw my challenge coin down because I'm just feeling like, hi, I'm going to get a free beverage. And you slap down a challenge coin, guess what? I'm buying you a drink. But the challenge coins are pretty big here for U.S. military members. So I, like all of you, have been going through my own battle. As you know, I am so thankful of the patience you've all had as I have not been able to take personal sessions because I have been very busy. But I carry these coins in my pockets every day, and they're sitting here because I took my uniform off on Friday and put it downstairs to be washed, and I put my coins up here on the fireplace. And I carry one in each pocket because I finally had gotten to the point in my battle that I'm like, God, I just can't do this anymore. And I turned it over to God. I'm like, I can't physically, my body physically, I mean, you know, you have a rocket blow up near you and throw you and all types of stuff happen, you're going to have some physical stuff with your body. So I've got a lot of physical things that are going on. And I'm like, God, my body physically, it can't do this. But also mentally and emotionally, I can't do this anymore. I've been fighting this for 7 years. It's been a long time. But I finally just got the point, I'm like, God, okay, I need you to bring this in. I need you to take care of this. And thankfully, I'm able to get their messages and have been clearly getting their messages for years. Had it not been for that, I would have given up a long time ago. But Jesus has come in a number of times sternly telling me that, oh no, you will not give up, child. This is not about you. This is about them. Because I, like many of you, my situation, yes, I've had injustices happen to me. But this is going to fix some things for other people so they don't have to endure the same things that I've had to go through. But it's not been easy. It's been difficult. And so when I turned it over to God, I'm like, okay, God, and you know, Jesus coming in, because there have been a number of times that I, like many of you, am just like, I can't, and no, out, done, can't do this. And he's like, oh no, you will not stop. You will keep going. This is not about you. And I'm like, yeah, but Jesus, I'm struggling to walk. You know, it kind of is about me. He's like, okay, well, I am sorry for the suffering that you're having to endure. But you chose to do this to help them. And let us help. Let us take over. We will help. We will get this to a close. And they are. But in the meantime, I carry these coins. The one coin, it says, the sword of the Spirit, who trains my hands for war. Psalms 144:1. And the other coin I carry in my other pocket is Saint Michael. Now, Archangel Michael is one of my primary guides. The two guides that I have all the time is Jesus and Archangel Michael. And it's funny, I had a woman do a reading for me years ago, and she's like, oh, if you ever want to know who your guides are, ask me and I'll find out. I'm like, oh, I already know who they are. Two primaries are Archangel Michael and Jesus. And she's like, no, they're not guides for people. And then she didn't believe me, so she just went tapping. She's like, oh my gosh, those are your guides. I'm like, yeah, I know. So Archangel Michael, he's amazing. He's our protector. I know I'm always telling you guys, ask him for protection. Ask him for strength. This situation that you're going through, it's time to put on your war paint and go in there and fight that last battle. Ask Archangel Michael to come help you do that. When you don't have the strength, he will have the strength for you. Call on Jesus. Jesus, I need help. If you've ever seen the Footprints poem, there's these footprints in the sand. And it's got this poem, and essentially it's this person reflecting, why, Jesus, did you forsake me? You said that I would never be alone. Let me get a sip of water. You said that I would never be alone. And yet I see there were two sets of footsteps, and then there was one. You left me. Why would you leave me? He said, child, I never left you. That's when I carried you. So you are at that point. Let him carry you, and he will. Now, Archangel Michael, he's the warrior, he's the protector. I mean, he is pretty bad. If you can see the details in this coin, he has got his foot on the head/neck of a fallen angel. He's got his sword drawn, about to spear him, and he's got the scales balanced right there. Because he's like, oh no, hell no, not anymore, you are done. It is over. That's the point where many of you are at this point. Oh no, no more. You are not going to have this happen to you any longer. And for those of you that are whistleblowers and this is stuff that you're fixing for others, this is not going to happen to anyone else anymore. Enough is enough. It is finished. On the back, it says, there shall no evil... Okay, I've got to turn it to me so I can read it. I'll turn it back to you. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. Psalms 91:10. You're almost there, Scorpios. Turn it over. Let God, let Jesus, let the angels bring it in. Continue to listen to their guidance. You are seeing through everything. Now, the other message that you've got this control card. This is, it's about security. It's order. It's also letting go of our old habits, beliefs, the things that have us stuck. You are stuck with love. You have this card, drop the fucking ego. Yeah. Vulnerability is hot as fuck. It's love. So for some of you, you have an old love coming back. For some of you, got an old love coming back that's like a twin flame, twin soul. For others of you, you just have this new love that's coming in. But because of things that have happened to you in the past, you're not opening up. You got your heart closed off because you see, you've got this divine physician, Archangel Raphael. At the bottom it says, thank you, Raphael, for shining your divine light upon my healthy body. And he's illuminated with green. Interestingly, this card is green. Green is the color of healing. It's Archangel Raphael's color. So what's going to happen for some of you, you're going to have this conclusion, this legal matter, this work, financial matter that you're going through, this dispute, this thing that's kept you stuck in a painful, uncomfortable prison for a very long time. That's going to end. Then you're going to jump into this love. And it's going to happen almost simultaneously. But to allow this love in, because for most of you, this is the one. But you have to let them in. Many of you, because of things that have happened to you in the past, you are stuck. You have your heart in a box. It's wrapped up nice and tight, and you're like, nope, I'm going to continue to be mechanical. And I'm not going to let anybody in because then they're going to hurt me. Some of you, you've had someone in the past that was a love relationship that also betrayed you, hurt you financially. They may have used you for money. They may have stolen money from you. But you loved and cared for that person. They hurt you deeply. But you've been hurt. You've been hurt in love. Be it by the person who's coming back, be it by other people. But you're at this point where you're just like, I really want love. Now, you've not been caring. You haven't been given any care about love for a long time. But you do want love. You want love in. Let love in. Now, the key for you Scorpios is to open up, be vulnerable, because no one wants to play poker with a Scorpio. Scorpio will hide their cards. You don't know what they're thinking. You know what's going on. But in order to allow this love in, it does require you to be vulnerable, Scorpios. It does require you to let go. It does require you to just go with it. Go with it. Let it happen. Let it roll in. So open up your hearts. Wait a minute. Ah, there it is. They told me I just put somebody else's cards up here. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, there they are. Okay. Who is this? Saggies. Okay. Saggies. Sorry. This is going to be interesting for the people who are last. Be like, Nicole needs a break between all these. This is getting you guys mixed up. Okay, so Saggies. Dun, 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 dun. These are your messages. Let's see what you've got. Okay. You have, let me make sure it's still recording. Outstanding. You have awareness, comparison, dedication, honor your feelings. We will read that when we get to it. And the Dream Walker. You are the first sign to have double numbers. You have 8 of Pentacles, and that is an 8 as well. So 2 8s in a reading is indicative of, you know, for you, you are about to receive or share some news that's going to affect the relationship that you are currently in. Many of you, you're actually in a relationship you need to end. It's all but ended, but you need to communicate something to bring that to a close finally for good. Some of you could be on a break from that person, but you haven't actually told them that, hey, yeah, we're done for good. You have to cut those ties. 2 8 also often talks about travel. So for some of you, this person that you need to have this communication with, they are at a distance. But by having that communication at a distance, that's going to help you. It's going to bring you peace of mind. But also by ending that, you can move in a new direction that will bring you peace of mind and bring you happiness. Because there's not happiness where you're at. Come here, baby. Come here. Hold on 1 second, Saggies. Okay, we've got an indecisive Yorkie. Some of you are indecisive. Come here. So you are comparing. Oh, hold on. She wants to jump in my. So if you guys haven't noticed, I have these 2 tiny dogs, and one of them is too small to jump up on the chair on her own. She needs help. Okay, now she's up here. So some of you are indecisive. You're kind of like Lexi. You're going back and forth. Do I jump in the chair? Do I not? Do I leave this person and go to this other person? I just can't decide what I'm going to do. Well, you need to make a decision, Saggies. You already know what you want to do. You're just afraid of doing it. They're saying this is about love. So you have this awareness card. So for some of you, you see how this figure looks all brouhaha, scary behind the curtain. But then this person's like ripping the curtain. It's not so scary. So for some, you having this conversation to end this relationship is something that has been very fearful for you. You have been dreading it. Some of you, you have been dreading it because, you know, maybe you have some financial ties with this person. You're like, well, how's that going to impact me financially? Give me 1 second while I get a sip of water. You know, how's it going to affect me? You know, are they going to try to rake me over the coals? Are they going to try to be vindictive and do things intentionally to hurt me? You know, this could get real ugly. Or for some of you, you're like, oh my gosh, they're just going to start throwing fits. They're going to be latching onto my leg. I'm going to be trying to kick them off. Will you just go? It's done. It's over. Stop. You know, they're going to be trying to hold on, cling on, manipulate you. Many of you, they have already been doing that to you, but you see the truth because this is also where the veils rip. You see the truth of things. You see right through their lies, their trickery, their manipulation. You see it for what it is. You see the truth because now you must free yourself from that situation, from that relationship. You need to just step on through that curtain and move into the future without this person, away from the situation. But many of you, you are fearful the conversation is going to be way worse. You're afraid their claws are just going to come out and they're going to come at you. They're not. Okay, some of them might throw a bit of a fit, but that's okay. Stand firmly. I mean, some of you are stubborn, so you can stand firmly and say, no. And you can also do so in a kind manner. Some of you, they're saying, because some Saggies can get angered fairly. It takes a while to get them angered, but when they are, they are. But you can still do this in a kind fashion that, no, it's done. I wish you the best. We're going in separate directions now for good. For some of you, there might even be some paperwork that you need to sign, like maybe it was a divorce that you were going through, but something that you need to sign to split those financial ties for good. But it's not going to be as bad as you think it's going to be. It really isn't. And you are going to, you're already starting to ease a little bit through that curtain. You just need to take the step through it, Saggies. There's this country song that says, when you're going through hell, keep on going. Don't stop. You're miserable in this relationship. You're not happy. You've not been happy for a long time. But you're almost out of it. Step forward. Have the conversation be done. For others of you, this is also talking about how you see this figure is way bigger than this figure. So you thought this relationship was going to be something way more. You thought it was going to be solid foundation. It would stand the test of time, but it wasn't. It wasn't what you envisioned it would be. For many of you, it was not what you envisioned it would be because that person was lying to you. They were blowing smoke. You see, there's all this. There's smoke. Let me hold up. There's smoke here. There's smoke here. And, then you get this water hitting. It's all this steam. They were blowing steam, blowing smoke. They were lying to you. They were giving you false hope, making you think, oh, baby, this is it. This is it. But look how small it is. They didn't have the intentions of building something big and permanent with you. They just had you on the hook to get what they desired and such. But it was never going to be what they were leading you to believe. For some of you, there could have even been infidelity. They could have been making you think, hey, you're the one. You're the only one for me, sugar bear. And meanwhile, they had 2, 3, 4 other people. Or maybe repeatedly would have someone new over and over. But this hope, this dream that they were selling you is not what they were delivering. It's not what they ever intended to deliver. And you deserve better, Saggies. So just set them free. Have that conversation. You are trying to decide who you want to be in a relationship with. You've got this comparison card, and it's a number 5. And 5 is all about change. It is time for you to change. It is time for you to leave the partner you're with. Or the partner that, they're showing me like a spiral going round and round in circles. Like for some of you, it's someone that, it's always the same thing. Like they give you these big hopes and promises and false hopes. And it just never works out because it's not meant to be. And for some, you just thought, oh man, this is going to be awesome. This is going to be great. And then you got it and you're like, oh gosh, they're not what I thought they were. This isn't really what I thought. I'm not happy. I'm kind of miserable. It's time to get out of your head because they're saying you are spiraling in your head. They're also saying the spiral is for, some of you got these thoughts. You are overthinking, overanalyzing it way too much. You've already made your choice. Just do something about it now. It's time to do something, Saggies. You've got to stop spinning in your mind. And you've got to take that step because then you're going to be done with it. You'll have it behind you. Right now, while you're stalling and not doing anything, you're stuck in misery. You don't want to be stuck in misery anymore, but you have to do something about it. Stop being so fearful of having the conversation, closing that chapter for good. You have beautiful things on the other side. You will have truth. You will have clarity. You will have a relationship with someone that you can build something that will last a lifetime with. You're not going to have it with this person that you're either. Some of you are holding on to this person. For others of you, they are holding on to you. But either way, whoever's holding on, one's got a death grip and the other one wants to be free. For many of you, you're the one that wants to be free, but you're not having the conversation. You're not doing that. It's time to do that. It's also, so for some, it's, comparing. Do I stay? Am I ever going to get something better? For some of you, you know who the better will be. You're comparing people. So for some of you, you're comparing, okay, this person that I'm with, it's not happy, it's dying, it's dead. I really want someone that's going to be flexible, it's going to work with, it's going to be great. For some of you, you know who that person will be. You're comparing the two of them. Which one do I want? Which way do I go? Well, you want to go into the future, but you're not doing anything about the past to free yourself. You're stuck. You're like this old, dried up oak. But you're not going to be stuck for long as soon as you get the courage and have that conversation, because they're saying, for a majority of you, that's all that's needed at this time. You've thought it through. You know what you want. You'd keep doing the comparisons over and over and over and over. But the bad thing is, they're saying for some of you, you don't have someone in mind, but you do know what you would like, because you've had so many experiences where you did not get what you desired. You had these big hopes and dreams, and every time they just flopped. And you know what you want. You're visualizing. You're like, okay, this is what the dream guy, the dream gal is. Ooh, Mufasa. Get chills up and down my spine. Ooh, I want that. And then you're not leaving the one that's not giving you that. Others of you, you know who the person is. And you want to go in their direction, but you're still not doing anything to break yourself free of where you're stuck. Because you're spinning. Stop spinning, Saggies. Dedication, Eight of Pentacles. So this is about quality. You want a quality relationship. This is about meeting our goals, being rewarded for the hard work, the things that we've been doing, the efforts. Many of you, very painstaking efforts that you've been making. It's about accomplishments. But efforts, difficult, painstaking, over and over and over. So a number of you, you have been this relationship that you need to walk away from. You have been putting in so much effort. So much effort. And some of you are very frustrated because this relationship and maybe another relationship or two in the past were very similar, where you were the one putting in the effort. You were the one doing all the work. You were the one trying to make it work because you thought, oh, I'm going to build something amazing. And every time you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm getting the raw deal again. Why is it never working? Why am I never getting what I desire? Why? You're not a failure, Saggies. The relationships weren't meant to work. They were meant to teach you something. For many of you, to teach yourself to love yourself. Or they were to teach you of, what it is you don't want in a relationship. Maybe you don't want someone who's going to be clingy, like a Klingon, or you don't want someone that's just using you for money, or you don't want someone that's just using you for sex, or you don't want someone that's, because I get for a number of you, this person or people that you've been in a relationship that were similar, they were just using you for what you could offer them or do for them. But such as you want someone's going to do for you. And you will be in a relationship, some of you in the very immediate future, near future, with someone who will be your partner, who will be your equal, who you will be on solid footing with. You can build something, they're saying, long-lasting with. They're saying it's also a relationship that will be built on loyalty and trust, honesty. Also, they're saying they're showing me like, when you go to a concert or even a show, a symphony, you've got the crowd at a lower level, then you've got the stage, it's a little bit higher. They're showing me they're showing me a couple on a stage, on this pedestal, and the couple, they are elevated, they are higher, but they're on equal footing. This person that you will be in a relationship, some of you even know who that is when you're contemplating which one do I want? Behind curtain A, B, or some of you C, like some of you are trying to decide between three people. Come on, Saggies. They're saying you know who you want. Do something about it. But this future relationship, for some of you don't have the person yet, but you will. But this person is your equal. You haven't had anyone that's your equal. She, he, they're your equal. But you have to let go of the situations that have not been working. This is also a reminder. They want you to know you are going to achieve what you desire. You do want to have, they're saying for many of you, you are at that point in your life where you're wanting to have a solid relationship. You're wanting to build that legacy. You want to have a family. You desire that. But then you keep looking at, oh my gosh, every time I keep trying, and look how bad it turns out. Hang in there. They're saying, let this one go. The next will bring you what you want. Now, there is something about honoring your feelings. Archangel Haniel at the bottom, it says, thank you, Haniel, for supporting me as I honor my emotions. So Sagittarius, they're saying you don't like to show your emotions. So some of you that this is, finally breaking up officially for good with someone. You are not being honest with them how you feel. You're not being honest that it's not working. Some of you, maybe they're manipulating your emotions and they're making you feel bad for them. So then you're like, oh, well, I can't tell them that I really don't want to be with them. So I'll sit here in misery. You need to honor your feelings. You don't always have to do things for the other person, Saggy. They're saying you always keep doing for these other people, person. They're not doing for you. Who's doing for you, Saggy? It starts with you doing for you. You need to speak up for yourself. You need to share your emotions. You need to let them know how you feel. You need to be honest. You have not been honest with this person. It's time for honesty. It's time to open up. It's time to be honest about what you desire. It's time to be honest about what's working for you, what's not working for you. It's time to finally express how you feel. You need to communicate how you feel. We were talking in the beginning about the 2 8s, that for some of you, this news. So for many of you, you need to share with this person that this isn't working. I am going in a new direction. This is officially done. Be honest. Honor yourself. Honor your emotions. Stop stuffing it. You keep stuffing it down. You keep ignoring it. But they already know. I mean, you can tell when someone's engaged in a relationship with you and when they're not. They can tell. It's not been good for a very long time. Honor your feelings. Speak up. Now, they're saying for some of you, there's also someone that you do have feelings for, that are comparing people. Do I stay with this one or do I move in this direction of this new one who you already know you want to offer your love to, offer your cup to? They don't know how you feel about them. In their eyes, it's a closed book because you've never expressed your feelings for them. So for some, you have a two-part. You need to officially end things with one person, letting them know that, hey, it's done, it's over. And you need to let the other person know that, hey, I really have these deep feelings for you. I'd like to pursue this and see where it goes. For some of you, you're going to come straight out and let them know that, hey, I love you. I'm sorry I never told you. Same for some of you. You didn't even realize how much you loved them at the time. But you need to express yourself. Now, as far as your rebel deck, you have fuck fear. And at the bottom it says, it will lie to your face. Some of you, you've been in a relationship where someone has been lying to your face. But you know that now. You're aware of that. You're on to them. I spy. I see you. I see you lying to me, but continue. Actually, there's this meme. It's hilarious. It's this monkey, and he's sitting back, and he's smoking, and he may say a foul word. He's like, I know you're lying to me, but continue. Because you see through their lies. You know they're doing it. You don't like it. Well, do something about it. Don't be fearful of doing that. Now, for others of you that you're afraid of expressing your feelings to this other person because of things that may have transpired in the past, don't fear expressing that. For some of you, you know how they were saying in the beginning that, you're fearful of having this conversation, whichever conversation, or maybe you get to have multiple conversations. You're fearful of, okay, if I totally end this with this person, their claws are going to come out. Or, maybe this person who, you haven't talked to in months, years, and you go and express your love to them that, their claws might come out. What is wrong with you? Don't you remember what you did? Oh, no. But remember, they were saying it's not going to be as bad as you think. This person's not coming out with their claws at you. It's bigger. It's worse. You think this conversation is going to be way worse than what it really is going to be. Stop being so afraid. When people talk in spiritual terms, they'll talk about the ego, really what that is, you look at the old cartoons, and there's an angel on one shoulder, and there's a devil on the other shoulder. When we're doing things in love and light, we're listening to the angel. When we're doing things because, maybe this is a divine love partner that you're going to be moving toward. And, there's a spiritual war going on right now. And maybe the devil doesn't want you to be with that person. So they're going to be like, oh no, they're going to be real mad. Ooh, they're going to claw your face out, your eyeballs. They're going to be gone. Don't talk to them. They're going to be real mad. But that's not the truth. That's a lie. Saggies, you are spiritually in tune. You know what's the truth. You know what's a lie. You see beyond the illusion. trust what you're getting. Last card you have, Dreamwalker. Dreams, the collective good, illusions. It is a number 8. Your dreams are going to come true. Dreams really do come true. But in order for those dreams to come true, you must walk through the illusions. See how there's a bunch of fog? So for some of you, this relationship or relationships that you've tried to make work in the past, they were illusions. They were pitching you a false story. You were pitching yourself a false story because you wanted it to work. But to have your dreams come true, it's not in those relationships or that relationship. It's time to walk through that. It's time to leave that behind. It's time to step away from the illusions, the falseness. For some of you, you see how this is like this lizard. It's kind of like a reptilian. Maybe some of you were with someone that at a soul level is a reptilian. They're very dark. And they were trying to control you, assert their control, manipulate you, keep you stuck. This is like, a snake charmer. It's almost like, So for many of you, this person you were with, they were snake. And they were just charming you. Ooh la la, let me put you under my spell. It's time to break free of that. When you break free of that person, your dreams will come true. But this card, it is a reminder for us to wake up. Wake up, face the truth. You see the truth, you know the truth. Wake up and face it. Have the courage to do something about it. Because the angels will guide you out of this bad dream, this miserable situation, this miserable relationship, if you allow them to get you through that. But it does require you listening and taking those steps. See, she's just stepping away. There's light and illumination over here. Dragon's facing toward the past. She's getting away from the past. And she's just going to step up off this cliff, knowing like, hey, one of two things are going to happen. I'm going to fall to my death, or I'm going to fly. But she's moving in complete faith and trust, knowing that I know God has my back. I'm about to fly. Sagittarius, you are about to fly. You are about to move into a relationship that will be blissfully, they're saying blissfully happy. You will get the things that you desire. It will not be like any relationships that you have had in the past. But in order for you to have that, you do have to have trust. You do have to have faith. You do have to move forward. You need to have those conversations, and you need to know that you are going to fly. So, they're saying honor yourself and that relationship that's not working. Because for many of you, that person, that relationship, that's what's keeping you stuck. Okay, so wish you the best. We are on to now, Miss Allie. We're not done. See, the dogs get so excited. Okay. Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries. We're going to need to speed this up. Okay. So, Cappies. Let's see what you've got. Dun, dun, dun. So you have adventure, restriction, loved one in heaven. It's dark. We'll read that when we get to it. And the Whale Watcher. So, adventure. So Capricorn, you are being encouraged to move into a new direction. Now this card, it's interesting because when you read about this card, it's always talking about truth. Truth. Truth has nothing to do with tradition. It has nothing to do with the way we have always done things. Because, sometimes we'll do things because it's always how we've done it. So maybe we've stayed in a relationship, or maybe our family had a family business and we stayed in that because that's how it's always done. That's the tradition. Even though our truth is we don't want to be in that relationship. We don't want to be in that business. We're miserable. That's not what we want. That's not what we want to be in. That's not what we want to do. But we just do it because that's how we've always done it. It's not working for you any longer. Because your truth is you're not happy. It is time for you to move in a new direction that will bring you happiness. You see, this toddler, she is toddling out of the forest where it's been dark. She's been having burrs and thickle and thorns catching her, ripping her apart, and she's just like, I'm gonna let all this go and I'm gonna move into the unknown. It is time to let go of your plans. So maybe you did have plans to continue and no matter what, I'm gonna make this relationship work. over and over and over, even though every time it never works. Or, you know, I really don't like doing this work, but you know, I'm going to keep doing it because dad did or mom did, or even though you don't like it, you hate it, you're miserable. It is time to let go of those plans. It's time to move in a totally new direction. But the problem is you are not moving in a new direction because you're fearful, because you don't know the details of the new direction. You don't know how it's going to turn out. Like, you know, if I move forward and finally let this relationship go, this comfy blankie, this business, this work, if I move truly into the unknown, I don't know, how's it going to turn out? Am I going to be able to take care of myself? I don't know. I'm feeling kind of worried about this, but you have nothing to worry about. Look how beautiful that is. They're encouraging you to move forward. Let the past go. Let that person go. Let the situation go. Let it go. You are so fearful of the change, though. You've got this is restriction. It's 8 of Swords. It's about fearing the change. So you're feeling stuck because you are so fearful of this change. But you know it's time for the change. The problem is you don't know how to do it. You're afraid of doing it alone. You're afraid of how it's going to turn out. You are just so fearful. You're paralyzed. There's nothing to fear, Capricorn. So for some of you, that it's a relationship. You know, you've tried for years and years and years and years to make this work. But, you know, one of the two of you was not committal. Or one of the two of you was like emotionally blocked, really not opening up. Or one of you just never really truly wanted the relationship. But it's not been a balanced relationship. It's not been... One of the two of you have not been honest. There's been a lack of truth, a lack of honesty. That one of you just doesn't want to really be in it. And for some of you, the person that doesn't want to be in it, you've only done it because you felt obligated to do so. Maybe it's you felt obligated because you didn't want to disappoint your parents, or you just didn't want to disappoint family or friends or those around you. But you really don't want to be with them. Him, her, who. You just don't want them. You don't want to be in it. And keep in mind, it is general reading. It could go vice versa. But again, for a number of you, you just don't want it. You haven't been honest with them. You've only been writing it out because you felt you had to. But this card is saying it is time for you to break free of this. It is time for you to move in a new direction. It's time for you to move in the direction of a new love. Now, this is for a couple of... This isn't just love, they're saying. So for some of you, it could in fact be a career business that you... But it's time to break free of it. Loved one in heaven. At the bottom it says, thank you, loved ones in heaven, for drawing close at this time. So this is letting you know that you do have a loved one in heaven who is in fact trying to help you break free of this situation and move forward. This person, this situation is not for you. They are not the one for you. For some of you, the person that you feel you may let down is the person that's in heaven. So maybe it's your father passed away, or maybe it's your mother. And maybe like they really cared for this person. They really wanted you to be with this person. So you feel like, okay, I'm obligated to be with this person. But this card is telling you don't feel any guilt about leaving them and going in a totally new direction. Your dad, your mom, your grandparents, they don't want you to be with this person. You have falsely believed that they want you to be with them. And maybe when they were here on earth, maybe they did think, okay, you need to be with that person. But now that they are up in the ethers and they're looking down to help you, they realize and they're seeing the big picture that, oh no, this person's really bad for you. They're not meant for you. Or this situation's really bad for you. Because again, for some of you, it could be maybe you've stuck in a family business or done something because you're like, oh, dad's going to be so proud. I can't let him down. No, he doesn't want you to be in this anymore. He, she, whomever it is. Because for a number of you, this is a parent. They want you to break free now for good. They're saying for good because for a number of you, they've been trying to break you free of this person, this situation for a long time. You're not happy. They want you to be happy. Let them help you be happy. Break free. Move in a new direction. It's okay. You're going to be taken care of. As far as your rebel deck, you have, it's dark and you can't see a fucking thing. Get your head out of your ass pronto. Because for any of you, you're going through this dark forest. You're having things prick at you, pull at you. You're like, I just don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. Yes, you do. They're illuminating the path. It's okay. Just go down the path that they're leading you in. Let that job go. Let that person go. Let that situation go. Let it go. It's like we're stuck in a Frozen movie. They're not good for you. It's not good for you. Trust what you're getting. You have the Well Watcher. It says, wisdom, power of the divine. For many of you, you have been fighting this change. Be it a career change. Maybe you're like, okay, if I go in that totally new direction, am I going to be able to take care of myself? Am I going to be able to support my family? For some of you, it's a career. It's in a direction of something you've never done. And for some of you, you're like, I don't even know if that's going to make a good income. But that's your divine path. That's the direction you're supposed to go in. For those of you that it's a love, it's a relationship, you are being divinely guided. That is not the person for you at all. For some of you, maybe you thought, oh, this is my soulmate, or this was a false twin, or... Well, they were saying you have felt imprisoned in this relationship. It's been a prison. It's been a hell for you. Why would you stay in that? For some, again, it can go there. It could be a job. You felt prisoned and trapped in this job, this situation. You've been getting divine wisdom. You see this owl talking to her like, hey, it's time to fly free. We opened the gate. We got you out of the cage. So for some of you, that's a relationship. You're not with each other. Like maybe you've taken a break, or maybe you've been going through divorce proceedings or splitting things up, but you haven't finalized it. So they're like, hey, you're almost there. Sign the papers. Have the conversation. Be done. Or for some of you that it's a job, do your resume. Put your resume out there. But this is a divinely orchestrated. This is a white hawk. White is always indicative of divine messages. You are being divinely guided to get on God's path. Your divine path, not your path, not your plan. Because for some of you, you have been trying to force this situation, this relationship. You've been trying to force it and make it work, come hell or high water, for years. And it keeps breaking down time after time after time again because it is not meant to work. It is not meant to work. It is meant to be done and over. This card is a reminder, it is thy will, not my will. Let thy will be done. When you go with God's plan, when you go with the divine plan, when you go in this new direction and let that person, situation go, that job go, you will find that things suddenly miraculously turn around for you. Cappies, you've been wanting things to turn around. They have not been turning around because you are holding on to something that is to be let go, to be released. Listen to the divine wisdom. Stop pulling, pushing, trying to make something work that's not meant to work. And for many of you, you have, for the most part, let it go, just not completely. Let it go for good and move in that new direction and watch some amazing stuff happen. And then let me know about this amazing stuff that's going to happen. You're like, Nicole, I started this new career and I was so worried, now I'm making bank, or, oh, I let that person go. I thought my daddy and my mommy might be so upset with me, and they brought me this love of my life. So, let me know how amazing it is, Cappies. Okay, now we are on to, okay, let me look at my list. Aquarius. Let's see here. You have projections, Queen of Cups, sensitivity, transformation. We'll read that when we get there. In the Ringmasters of Scrutiny. So you see this? These are two people. They're like squaring off. They're staring at each other. But the problem is they're not seeing each other clearly. Because you see, his face is all relaxed. Hers is kind of relaxed. But when they're looking at each other, she's seen almost like the devil. You see his brows are kind of like up at an angle. He looks just kind of devilish. His chin's jutting out. And she's almost looking a little more appealing here and welcoming. And They're not seeing each other for what they truly are. So remember, it's a general reading. You can flip it and take it as it is. But for many of you, you are the Queen of Cups. You are not seeing him for what he is. So for some of you, you are seeing him and looking at him like he's the devil. But that's not what he is. Because this card is about, we project what we think on someone else. Oftentimes, looking at them negatively or, making them out to be something that they're not. But the Queen of Cups, she's someone that's very intuitive. She takes action based off of her heart and love. She expresses herself. She honors her feelings. Then you have transformation. Archangel Zadkiel, thank you, Zadkiel, for supporting me to transform me from my past challenges. This is about, of course, emotional transformations. Healings, releasing those old thoughts, beliefs, patterns that are keeping us stuck. So for many of you, this is a person who's coming back into your life. You may be communicating with them now. They're going to be coming into your realm. They're going to be trying to have communications with you in the near future. The problem is, because of things that have transpired in the past, you're looking at them kind of like they're the devil. You did me wrong. I don't want anything to do with you. I'm not going to trust you. I'm not going to get too close. I'm going to stand at bay. But the thing is, you see, he is offering this cup of love. She has this cup. It's all sparkly. There's fireworks, glitter. Woo! Woo! Things are going to get steamy. If you accept his cup of love. You're not accepting his cup of love because you think he's lying. You think he's going to pull stunts and things that he has pulled in the past. He is a changed person. He is not the person you think. For a number of you, he did hurt you in the past. He did. And he is sorry for that. He regrets that. He wants to apologize. He wants to make things right. She's got this little cup, but look at that. He's got like a big pho bowl. Like, if you've ever had pho, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Rice noodle soup. But they don't bring it in a small bowl. They bring it in like a 5-gallon bowl where you're eating it for 3 days. And you just kind of want to roll in it because it's so yummy. He's bringing you this yumminess, this offer that's going to make you so happy. He's transformed. He has changed. In the past, he was kind of like the devil to you. Hurt you, broke your heart. But that's not him anymore. Look, his eyes are lit up. He's happy. His face is relaxed. He's got no jut out chin. His eyebrows aren't going up. He is not the devil. He is not going to hurt you. He is changed. He is transformed. In order for you to allow him in, you need to change yourself. You need to open up. You need to allow him in. See how she's got like her hand above her heart and she's got her cup clutched up next to her and she's in this shell. You are in your shell. You are protecting yourself. You're like, I don't know about that. And Aquarius, we know that you have feelings. You don't show them. No one wants to play poker with you. They'll lose. But you have those feelings. You love him. You really love him. Open up. Let him prove to you that he is a changed man or woman. Again, it's a general reading. Whatever. This is your story. You're a man. Let her know you're a changed man. But to keep lack of confusion, this would be the feminine. She's got her masculine coming back. He wants to offer some love. He wants to offer some big love. Allow him to prove himself to you. You have, for your Rebel deck card, you need some fucking yoga in your life. Ancient shit is cool. They're saying you need to be flexible. Be flexible. Go with the flow. What do yogis do? They bend, they flex, they can contort themselves. I mean, once you do let them back in, you might want to contort yourself intimately. But to get to that point, you're going to need to be flexible. You're going to need to at least have a conversation, allow him to get close. She's not allowing anybody to get close. She's got this shell. It's got an 8-foot perimeter around her. She's like, no, you don't. Don't step near me. Allow him. Allow him in. Have the conversation. Let him prove himself. Then you have Ringmaster of Scrutiny, Discernment, Clear Vision, and Details. You are not seeing things clearly, Aquarius. Pay attention to small details. Pay attention to his actions. Pay attention to his behavior. Pay attention to the things he is doing. You will find this time around his actions are actually going to be in alignment. Dropping your cards and your keys. Come on. You will find this time his actions are in alignment with his words, unlike the past. Okay, Pisces. Let me get a sip of water. I'm getting dry. Check and make sure you guys can see those. Okay. All right. Where are we at with time? Holy Mother of Moses. Is that really an hour and 14 minutes? Oh my gosh. Maybe this was a bad idea doing them all at once. We're going to speed this up. Okay. It's a problem. They're not my messages. I tried to say, can we do this in an hour? And they laughed at me. So here we are. Over an hour later. Pisces. You have slowing down, heartache, spiritual gifts. We will read that when we get there. The spiral dancer and the eagle king. So slowing down. You see this tortoise? Tortoise is walking back into the water. This is about, taking our time. Releasing those expectations, releasing any illusions that we have had, that we've been carrying around. So for a number of you who have recently gone through a breakup, you have heartache. This is, tears, rejection, a breakup. Tortoises, they carry their home. Their shell is their home. So they carry their home wherever they're going. For some of you, you are relocating. You are relocating, going in a whole new direction. For a large number of you, you are actually relocating because of a breakup. Could have been a breakup because of a third party. You've got the 3 swords. You've got 1, 2, 3. Then many of you, your heart was broken because there was a third party in your relationship. So now you are moving out of the home with that person. Or just moving in a new direction emotionally, because this tortoise is moving into water. Water is all about emotions. Emotionally, you are walking away from this relationship, and that is a good thing. Because as hard as it is right now for you, Pisces, this breakup, this is actually a gift, a blessing in disguise. You have spiritual gifts. At the bottom it says, thank you, Raziel, for helping me channel my gifts and talents. This isn't just talents, but gifts are not just spiritual gifts. You see he's illuminated. Now, some of you do have, in fact, spiritual gifts. But this is this lesson that you have learned from this relationship, this heartbreak. It's actually a gift because it's a lesson that you have learned that is going to help you inspire others and help guide them through similar situations. So when people come to your help that are going through heartbreak, and they're like, I don't know how to move forward, I'm crushed, I'm having to move, I'm having to uproot myself, uproot my family, I'm having to move in a totally new direction, move out of state, out of country, I just don't know what to do, I feel like I'm falling apart. You are going to be able to be there to build them up and tell them it's okay. It's going to get better. Trust me, I know. Because, Pisces, it is going to get better for you. It really is. Keep moving the direction you're moving in, because they are going to be bringing someone else in. You have, for your rebel deck, make better fucking choices. At the back it says, if you are pissed at where you are, then stop taking yourself there. So for some of you, this is a relationship you kept trying to make work over and over. And this person repeatedly hurt you. Now, since it is a general reading, maybe it's a career or something you kept trying to work or make work out, or friendship. But they're saying for most of you, this is actually a love situation, Pisces. But you did, you were loyal, you were faithful, you were just like, I'm going to make this work. This is going to happen. But it wasn't meant to happen. You kept spiraling in circles over and over. You got the spiral dancer, and you did. You kept feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm going in circles. But the beautiful thing is, now that you have broken away from that person, or you are about to, by breaking away from them and moving in a new direction, letting them go, you are going to start spiraling upward. You're going to spiral forward. This card, they're encouraging you, do not go backwards. Do not take them back. Do not keep trying. Because it's just, because for many of you, this is your message. This is a relationship that you have tried repeatedly over and over and over and over to try and make work. It isn't intended to work. They have someone amazing for you where it will work. It's going to be beautiful. But to get to that relationship, which will fulfill you, with someone who will honor you, it does require you to keep dancing, moving forward, despite the setback, despite the heartbreak that you're going through. Now, the last card you have is the Eagle King. It says the big picture and angelic help. You are totally surrounded by help. The angels are helping you. They're trying to help you rise above this situation and see it for what it is. They're trying to help you see, okay, well, what was the purpose of this? Really, what was the lesson? For a number of you, it was to learn to love yourself, learn to not settle for this, learn to find an equal partner who will respect you, who will be faithful, who will honor you. This is also saying, things are really foggy. They're not clear right now. He's surrounded by fog. He's not really seeing stuff, but he's still pressing forward. You are going to make it through this situation, this foggy situation. You are going to get there, Pisces. Just keep moving forward. Keep moving, keep walking, and you will get there, okay? Aries, let's see what you have. Okay. Conditioning, burdens, leap of faith, we'll read it. The Lady of the Mirror. Okay. So this card, conditioning, this is, about this lion, and he was raised by sheep. He thinks he's a sheep. He doesn't realize he's a lion. He's very powerful. You are powerful, Aries. You have a new opportunity. You see this card? You see how the lion, he's like tied down, and he's also tied to these other sheep. Like he can't move forward. He's stuck. You're not a sheep, Aries. You're a lion. You have you have things to accomplish that will, things of greatness, they're saying. But in order to step into your greatness, in order to achieve those things that you do, in fact, want to achieve, it does require you breaking free from what others have made you believe. So, it could be maybe family, maybe parents or such. They're like, no, don't do that career. Don't make that change. Don't move. Don't do that. Don't relocate. Oh my gosh, it's going to turn out horrible. It'll be a failure. Or if they're not maybe saying those words to you, maybe it's because they have made you feel that you won't succeed. So they've made you feel like you won't be a success. So you're feeling lost because you're not on your purpose. You're not on your path. You're on a purpose and path that others have made you believe that you need to be on, or because of what others have said in the past, you believe that you need to be on. But deep down in your heart, it's not where you're meant to be. But you're afraid of failing. You're afraid of stepping out into the unknown. To do that, it does require breaking free of the limitations that either others have put on you or you have put on yourself. But for many of you, it is limitations and things that others have put on you, making you think that it's just not going to work, but it is. This is a major arcana. You have this 10 of Wands, burdens. You are feeling overwhelmed at this time. You are feeling overburdened. You are taking on a lot. So a lot of you have the responsibility of the family. And maybe it's not just your direct, spouse and kids, but maybe you also feel responsible for your parents and your siblings, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm the one that's always keeping everything together. You're juggling too much responsibility. You are not responsible for everyone else. You do not have to take care of everyone else. You see this lion has all these sheep up on top of his shoulders and back. You don't have to carry everyone else. You really don't. The beautiful thing, this is a 10 of Wands, which means, guess what? You're dropping that burden. It is time, Aries, for you to drop that burden. Let that go and take a leap of faith in a new direction. At the bottom, this says, I'm ready to take a leap, angels. Thank you for doing it with me. And see, she's like Superwoman. She's like, wow, here I come. She's got her fist up. Let me see this so you guys can see this. Look at that. Do-do-do-do. Super angel. She's like, nothing's stopping me now. Stop allowing things to stop you, Aries. Greatness awaits you. To get there, to accomplish those things, it does require letting these burdens go. Stop believing these false things, these limiting beliefs. Or the limiting people. I mean, it could be naysayers who are like, oh, you can't do that. What if, you can't start that business. It'll just be a flop. You're not going to be able to take care of yourself. It's just going to be a failure. You're not going to be a failure. Your Rebel deck card is get some fucking sleep. You are being an ass because you are fucking tired. Face to pillow now. You are tired and worn out, Aries, because you want to be on your path. You want to be on your purpose. Your soul is, you're being called to do something new, something different. You have this blessed new opportunity and you really want it. But oh, your head's spinning. You're so worried about it. You're also having difficulty hearing intuitive guidance and intuitive information as to what direction you need to head in. When we are sleeping, that gives our guides, our angels, our divine team an opportunity to come in and speak with us. So when you go to sleep at night, ask that God, Jesus, and the angels help you remember your dreams, especially Archangel Michael. He'll help you remember them. He's saying. So ask him, Archangel Michael, if you all are coming through with some messages tonight to help me move forward in this new opportunity, to help me release these burdens and this responsibility that I feel for everyone else, if you're going to give me the map, the roadmap on how to do that tonight while I'm sleeping, please help me remember when I wake up. Voila, you'll remember. But they're having a hard time getting through to you during the day. They're really trying to get through to you at night. You're just not remembering them. Last card, Lady of the Mirror, Reflection and Non-Judgment, card 44. This is in this deck. This is actually the last card. So again, it's in perfect alignment with the 10. You are almost finished with being held back. This card is all about a distorted perception. Be it, sometimes this can be a distorted perception where, we're seeing someone, we're in a relationship, we're not seeing things clearly. But for many of you, it's because you are not seeing the opportunities that are before you. See, she's got this box, this gift, and it's like magic. Magic's coming out of it. But what she is seeing, she doesn't see the box. You have this opportunity, but you're not seeing it. Many of you, you're not seeing it because you're fearful of a failure, of things not going well. You don't think you can do it. You don't think you can pull it off. There's also this beautiful little lit up home, but notice it's not in the water. So for some of you, maybe the opportunity is a relationship, or moving, or relocating, or they're saying building an empire. Maybe you're wanting to start a new business, but you've got this beautiful opportunity. You're a powerful lion. Let yourself roar. I mean, Aries, you're a fire sign. That's what you guys are very good at. Let yourself shine. Step into your power. You are not going to fail. Allow yourself to not just see the opportunity, but seize the opportunity. Move in that direction. That's what they're trying to help you do. They're trying to break you free. You are going to be successful. You just need to know that. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we are moving on to the last group. Final home stretch. Okay. And I think we're starting with Taurus. Yeah, Taurus. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Let me get a sip of water here in a second. Move these so you can see them. Oh, that looks fun. Taurus, maybe you guys need to go to some exotic beach. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, let me get a sip of water. Well, the good news is you guys are embarking on a change. You have suppression, King of Cups, commitment, take time to breathe. We will read these when we get to it, in the Arrow Master. You are the second sign today that has 2 repeating numbers. I think it was Sagittarius. Okay, yeah, they're saying Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is the only sign so far that also had 2 numbers. Okay, they're saying they had 8s. So maybe your reading is somehow tied to Saggies. You have 2 10s. So 2 10s are indicative of a wedding. It could also be like the new phase or a new beginning of a relationship. But the problem, Taurus, you have yourselves all bound up. You see, this is suppression. And you see this poor gent. He's all tied up in knots. He's got his head down. Feels like this. He's got this massive weight on top of him. He's all tied up. He doesn't feel like he can move. So some of you, you have given your power to others. So for some of you, you know, you do want to offer your cup of love to someone. For some of you, it is someone from your past. So you want to offer this cup of love. But for some, like, maybe there's a relationship you're still tied and stuck to. Like maybe that person is keeping you from moving forward. So maybe they're saying for some of you, maybe you're going through a divorce or you haven't signed the divorce proceeding papers, or maybe this person's like guilting you, holding something over your head to keep you from fully moving forward. They've taken away your power. They're keeping you stuck. For others of you, you're tied up in knots and not moving forward because you have been ignoring your own needs, your own desires, the things that you want. Particularly your desires with regards to love. They're saying for some of you, you also, because they're saying for some of you, you have been in relationships where it's always about the other people's needs. Their desires, their demands, you've always given to their demands or desires, and because of that, you want to explode, because this card could be like, I'm going to explode, I'm going to lose it. But they're saying for most of you, this is actually about a new relationship. For many of you, it's a relationship with someone that you already know. You're not dating, you're not seeing, you aren't even talking. Do you want to move in that direction? You notice he's facing the past, he is facing the past, even he is facing the past. So for most of you, this is someone that you know. You would like to offer your cup of love. This says commitment at the bottom. This King of Cups, he's in balance. He's in touch with his emotions. He is aware of himself. He listens to his inner knowing, his inner wisdom. He is guided by his intuition. He's guided by his heart. Many of you, the problem is you are not listening to your intuition. You're not listening to your heart because you are being called into her direction. Now again, this is for a number of people. If you're female, this is your story, flop it around. But you are the King of Cups. You are the masculine. You're wanting to offer your cup of love. You want to offer that to the person, but you're all tied up in knots. Some of you, you're all tied up in knots because you're like, oh my gosh, what if it turns out like the others? There's some similarities. What if it ends up, what if she just wants to control me? And what if she really doesn't feel for me like I feel for her? And some of you, you're like ready to explode because you're just like, oh my gosh, I want to tell her that I love her. I want to express myself. But what if it doesn't work out? What if it's an argument? What if, some of you, what if it's just another headache? So you've been in some relationships that with the people you've been in relationships with just gave you nothing but a headache. They tried to take your power. They tried to control you. They tried to manipulate you. It was all about them and their demands and their desires and their wants. And you're like, what if I'm just walking back into something like that? But you are not. This person who you would like to express your feelings for, who you are being encouraged to express your feelings for, who you are being encouraged to offer your cup of love to them, this is a person with whom you're going to have a solid foundation. The relationship will stand the test of time. They're saying for a number of you, you are really excited and ready to get married. You're ready to build this foundation, this legacy, this this solid relationship. But you've had experiences in relationships that didn't work. You know what you want. You know that this is the person you want. You know you want to build it with them. You're just so afraid. Oh, what if they're not what they seem? Because they seem to be pretty amazing, but oh, what if it's going to be a train wreck? I don't know. Oh, I'm going to sit here, oh, freaked out. Offer your cup of love. The two of you, for a number of you, this is the person you're going to marry. This is going to have a beautiful new beginning, because for some of you, it didn't end so well. Some of you didn't end so well because of things you did or said, which is why you're so afraid. Like, oh my gosh. Oh, I'm going to go back in their direction after what I did. Oh, it's going to be beautiful. It is. It's going to be blessed. You have this card, Take Time to Breathe. At the bottom it says, thank you, angels. I breathe with ease and knowing you're here. You see the difference between this card? It's dark. There's like these lightning bolts. He's got this big thing crashing down on his head. He's all tied up. Looks like snakes. Then you've got this card. I mean, this person's naked. They're sitting on a sandy, exotic beach. The skies are blue. Arms are spread wide open. Bring it to me, baby. Make this happen. You see, actually looks like wings of a phoenix. Taurus, you are the phoenix. You have been in relationships that have really, really beat you down in the past. They've got trust issues. So for many of you, you don't trust that this person, like, are they what they appear to be? Because you have been in relationships with people where they have deceived you. They appeared to be one thing, but then they ended up proving to you that they were in fact something else. And you're so fearful, like, okay, I love her. I want to be with her. I want to marry her. I want to start something new with her. But, what if that's not who she really is? But that is who she is. Trust it. You're the phoenix. You're rising from these horrible relationships that you've had. And you're going into something beautiful, something amazing, something that's built on honesty and trust and truth. She's naked. She's not going to lie to you. She's not going to cheat on you. She's not going to betray you. She is not going to trick you, deceive you. She is who she is. They're saying for some of you, it's important for you to know she's never lied to you. Because for some of you, there's been something in the past that you think maybe she lied. She's never lied. She's always been honest, forthright. She's also been crystal clear with how she feels about you. They are encouraging you to open up to her, open up to this gift, open up to this blessing, this relationship. Allow yourself to rise from these relationships that were horrible and into something blissful. And to do that, it does require you, because see, this person, she's facing the beach. She's facing the water. Water's all about emotions. To do this, it does require a number of you to share your emotions. Open up to her emotionally. Open up emotionally. Many of you have not told her how you feel about her. She's never known. You need to let her know how you feel about her. Baby, I love you. I love you, and I feel so deeply for you, more than I felt for anyone in my life. And I'm sorry for things I've done. I regret that. But I'm going to make it right to you. Because I love you, and I'm going to make this right. And then look at this. I mean, she's naked. Maybe you're going to go get naked together on a beach somewhere. But it's going to be blissful. It's going to be beautiful. All you need to do, Taurus, is open up. Open up, communicate, let her know how you feel. So you have a laugh. You haven't been laughing a lot, Taurus. It's been heavy. Where the fuck is your sense of humor? So for some of you, they're saying, so this is, for some of you, a divine relationship. You see he's holding this it's almost like this conch shell at the end of a wand, and it's intertwined. It makes me think of, when you look at images of twin flames, you'll see their energies intertwined. It's funny, years ago, Archangel Michael had given me this image of my twin and I, and it was not long after Jesus had explained, because I was praying one night years ago, and I was like, God, why can't I get rid of him? I'm a Scorpio. I can get rid of any man. Like, most of my exes have come back with like proposals of love after breaking up, and I'm like, nah, remember that time I broke up with you? I meant that. Yeah, I definitely meant it. But I hope you're doing well. But Scorpios have no problem cutting someone loose and never looking back. But I was so upset because I'm like, God, why can't I get rid of this man? I love him every time he hurts me, but I still love him. Why? What is wrong? I don't even really know him. What is wrong with me? I'm a Scorpio. I can get rid of any man. Why can't I cut this one free? He's like, because he's your twin flame. And not long after that, they were giving me these images of twin flames, and they were showing mine and his energies intertwined. And it's like this beautiful blue and this beautiful gold color, which interestingly, my aunt then a year or so later made me she said, I'm feeling guided to make your wedding quilt. And I started making pinks and such, but that wasn't working. And then I made these other colors, and I hope you're not upset because I'm an OSU fan. And our rival is Michigan, which their colors are blue and gold. And she said, but I made this wedding quilt for you because I was just guided to use these colors, and I hope you're not upset. And she said, but you know what the colors would be? And I said, oh, I know what they are. Because when they show the twin flames to me, it's blue and gold. And I'm like, the quilt's blue and gold, isn't it? And she's like, yes, it is. So anyhow, twin flame energy. Look, many of you, she's your twin. She's your other half. Which is why it's going to be so blissful and dreamy. But there's been a lot of synchronicities. There's been a lot of signs. Like some of it, you're just like, is this for real? Like, no way. But if you can just rise above it, you'll see the humor in it. Because, you know, Jesus has an amazing sense of humor. So do the angels. I mean, they do have a very funny sense of humor with stuff. So, kind of like look at it and you'll see their sense of humor because they're always guiding you to her. And it's kind of funny and comical the way that they do it. And for others of you, they're also just saying, just start to laugh. Get out of this state of misery because you're just so worried. It's going to turn out, I mean, look how gorgeous that is. It's going to be amazing, Taurus. You have nothing to worry about. But you do need to believe what you see. She is who she presents herself to be. She's never lied. On the back, face reality or live in fucking la la land. Choose bravely. You want this, but you got to go for it. Your last card, the Arrow Master. It says hitting the mark, intention, and detachment. This is saying, you know, Taurus, it is time for you to shoot for the stars. You are going to reach the stars. She is your star. Actually, they're saying for some of you, they've actually been showing you the word star lately. If you do some research on dog star, Sirius, twin flames come from that area. But they have been, I'll do some educational videos about that stuff at some point when it's time. But in the meantime, you do keep seeing star. Star. It is tied to Sirius. It is tied to the dog star. It is tied to your twin flame. But she's your star. She's guiding you. You're being divinely guided to her. You know, when you read the Bible, it talks about, you know, the North Star. The North Star was guiding them to Jesus' birth, but the North Star is the brightest star. You're being guided to her divinely. And they are saying for some of you, they keep showing you the star. They're showing me, like, they show you star on semi-trucks. They show you stars on stickers. That's because they are guiding you to her. And even that will kind of make you chuckle. But you are guaranteed success. They keep trying to let you know that. You need to shoot for the stars because you are going to hit the stars. You need to go for your dreams. Your dreams will come true with her. The problem is, you can't hit the target. You see, he's pulling back his arrow. He's ready to hit that target. You can't hit the target if you don't even take a shot. You're not taking a shot, Taurus. You're not going for it. You're sitting back in fear. But you have nothing to fear. You will get a bullseye. So stop being so fearful and stubborn. They're saying some of you are just stubborn. The problem is you have not been sharing your feelings. You have not communicated with her. You have not told her how you feel. It is time to open up. It is time to communicate. It is time to offer her your cup of love. It is time to shoot your arrow. Shoot your arrow of love. Because it's going to hit her and it's going to stick. And you are going to be so happy. Okay. We're in the final stretch. Ooh, Gemini. Okay, so Gemini, you have existence, 6 of Cups, which is support, live your joy. We'll read it when we get there, and the prison waif. So You're feeling lost, Gemini. You're really feeling lost. And they just hit on the wall. They just made a noise. So many of you are indeed feeling lost. You feel like you are not on your purpose. Hi, Miss Allie. Allie wants to say hello. Okay, sit down, darling. But you're feeling lost. You're feeling like you kind of have lost your purpose. You're feeling stuck. This card is all about, allowing things to unfold, allowing things to happen. Many of you are stuck because you are not allowing things to happen. You're just not going with the flow. Many of you are also feeling like you're alone, like you're like on an island all by yourself. You see here, she's on this leaf. She sees this beautiful shooting star. You're putting out your prayers, you're putting out your wishes, your hopes, your dreams. But at the same time, you're like, I don't think they're going to come true. I don't know. I feel alone. I feel isolated. I feel like, is God even hearing me up there? Do you hear me, God? God hears you, Gemini. You are not forgotten. Some of you also just feel like you're existing at this point in life, like you are just here. You're just getting by. You're not happy. You've got these hopes, you've got these dreams, but you're beginning to think like this is just never going to happen. And you're tired of just existing. You want more, you desire more, you're going to get more. You have the Six of Cups. At the bottom it says support. This is all about reflection, looking back at our memories, being kind of nostalgic when we look at how things were. The problem for some of you is you are stuck because you are going through this time of transformation, of change. And because you're not fully in this new chapter yet. And it's different for all of you. For some of you, it's going to be a new career, could be, relocation, could be love. For you, Gemini, it is a broad range. But you're heading to this new dream, this new chapter. You're just not there yet. And you're looking back at the past and you're just stuck because you're like, well, I was really happy with how things were. I now don't feel like I have a purpose. I don't feel like I have help. I don't feel like I'm supported. I feel like I'm just all alone. I feel like I'm just here. Don't feel like I'm serving a purpose. I'm also not happy, kind of depressed, kind of down and out. But you're being divinely guided and they're trying to help turn things around. For some of you, after this full moon that we're having, they're going to start to bring more joy back into your life. You've got live your joy. Thank you, angels, for supporting me as I follow my joy. You are being encouraged to start enjoying life again. Start just doing little things. It's not like you have to be leaping, woo, with magic and sparkles and butterflies, but just start doing things that you enjoy. Go have dinner with friends. Go to a comedy show. Take a little mini weekend getaway with some friends. You are not alone, Gemini. The problem is because you have these fears, these worries, a lot of you are imprisoned by yourself. Your Rebel deck card is you equals tight ass. Now, who doesn't want that, right? But at the back it says, loosen the fuck up, control freaks don't get laid. They're giving me the image, so we've all had that, old great grandma or grandma or someone, or that, we like to think that when they get really old, they just get cranky. But no, they just get very blunt and very honest. This is what they become. But they're also tight and they're rigid. They're stuck in their ways. So for many of you, they're saying to be flexible, not be so rigid. Some of you are rigid because you just want things to be the same way that they were. Even though you've got this new chapter, this new beginning, it's blessed. It's a dream come true. It's not going to be the way things were in the past. It's not going to be the same type of job. It's not going to happen the same way things have happened in the past. It's totally new. It's totally different. So for some of you, you're stuck and not moving forward because you're trying to put God in a box. Like, I want a relationship with this person, and if it's not this person, I don't want a relationship. Well, you should be putting out your dreams of, hey, I'd really like to be with this person or someone better. Or maybe you're saying, I want to work at this company and only this company. Instead, you should be saying, okay, I want to be the, CFO at any company. But I'm at my peak. That's my next position. I don't care where you take me to do it, but take me somewhere where I can shine because I'm a star. When we put too many parameters on God, when we create a box, what happens is we are limiting ourselves. So then we will stay stuck. We're like, I don't think God's hearing me. Why am I not moving? Why aren't things moving forward? Well, because we put too many stipulations on this dream that we want. So for some of you, you are stuck because you're trying to control the who, the what, the when, the where, the how. Stop trying to control it. Because you're trying to control it so tightly, nothing's happening. Because God, Jesus, the angels are like, well, we're wanting to make her dreams or his dreams come true. We really want to do that for you. We do. But you've just got too many parameters and expectations. You need to release your expectations. Be like, I want this person or someone better in a relationship. I want to get married. I want to live in this state and city. But don't say the date and the when and the how and who's going to move you and what street you need to be on and exactly how many square feet the house has to be. Stop being so specific. God will answer your prayers. God will exceed your expectations if you allow him. You're not allowing him, which is why you're stuck. Last card you have is the prison waif. This is self-sabotage, poverty, consciousness. Card number 31. She's stuck in a prison. You are stuck in a prison of your own creation. See, she's sitting here, she's looking down, she's depressed, she's sad, she's got the bars, but if she would just turn around, the light is shining down on her. She can escape that prison. She doesn't have shackles on. She's not tied down. Her hands aren't bound. I mean, actually, if she would turn around and stand up on this bench, almost her entire upper body would be sticking in the outside in that new chapter. Gemini, you're not moving into this new chapter because of your own fears, your own worries, your own doubts, your disbelief. Some of you don't feel that you're worthy of it. Some of you don't feel that you're deserving of it. Some of you, it is because you're putting a box, you're creating these limits. But it's time to free yourself. You are worthy. You are lovable. You are deserving of this new blessed beginning. You are deserving of this dream come true. Allow them to bring you this dream come true. Allow yourself to get out of this prison. Don't limit yourself. Don't believe any falsehoods that you've been feeding yourself. You're amazing. You are deserving. You have big, huge blessings, new beginnings coming in. Open up, allow them to come in. Okay? So, and next we have, who is this? Cancer. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, you guys have a lot of cards. Okay. They like to tell me to swap cards around. They did something similar with Scorpios. Apparently, I didn't hear them correct, so then they made me swap another one at the end. They're like, you've got them backwards. This is reversed. You're the only ones that have a reverse card. I'm going to put it up right, though, so you can see the imagery. Okay, Cancers. My ears are buzzing. There's some communications that are going to be occurring soon. Okay. Oh my gosh, you did it. Yay! Or you're about to do it. Praise God. Oh my gosh, Cancers, I'm so happy for you. So you guys have for like months been getting over and over to let this person go. There's some person you need to let him go. Set that fish free. You've done it, or maybe you've gone to your separate corners, you're on a break, you just haven't officially done it, but you're there. Praise God, you're finally there. Yay! This is where things start to get good, Cancer. This is where it gets good. Okay, so this first card, Lovers. This relationship that you are exiting at this time, They're giving, so the little cherub angels just came in and they're like dancing. They're like, finally, finally. Because they want to bring you an amazing love. They want to bring you a relationship that's going to last. They are bringing you in a relationship that's going to last as soon as this door is firmly closed. So they're so happy because this relationship was a sexually based relationship. You know, if this is, now this deck is a little bit different. Typically in most decks, this is a card that means, you know, a deep love, a deep connection, but this was not a deep connection. Again, it was reversed. It's not a deep love. It's not a deep connection. It's not a relationship that is intended to stand the test of time. It was founded on, for most of you, just sex. It was just fun, enjoyment, pleasure, but it wasn't anything more than that. Let me see if I can reach the book. They want me to read you part of the book. Let me see. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Lovers. What we call love is really a whole spectrum of relating, reaching from the earth to the sky. At the most earthly level, love is sexual attraction. Many of us remain stuck there because our conditioning has burdened our sexuality with all kinds of expectations and repressions. Actually, the bigger problem with sexual love is that it never lasts. Only if we accept this fact can we then really celebrate it for what it is, welcome its happening, and say goodbye with gratitude when it's not. So you've reached that point, Cancers. They're saying you have reached the point that you know it's not working. There hasn't been the official communication to make it officially over yet, but you're about there. You have this preparation, 3 of Wands. Now for some of you, you know, this person, you know, 3 is, they have someone else that they love. They're saying for some of you that the person you were with that loved someone else, you knew that they were in love with someone else. That's why they never truly opened up. It was just sexual fun, bidding their time. But it did bring both of you enjoyment. It did serve its purpose. But now they're going in for some, they're going in a direction of someone else. For some, they're just going another direction because the relationship has run its course. But this is about communication. It can be about, you know, travel. So for some of you, you and this person, you are at a distance of each other. So there needs to be a conversation between the two of you to finally officially end it. You see, he's whispering, but he's like a ghost, a figure. He's whispering into her ear. So for many of you, he needs to let you know officially that, hey, I'm moving on. It's really over. It's done. Or vice versa. But one of you needs to communicate to the other one. But this card is also about going in a new direction, because when we're going in a new direction, we need to prepare for that. Your preparation to go in the new direction is ending this relationship, is having the communication that this one's done. This is over, it's finished. Okay, boom, I'm heading in a new direction. And this is fire. It's all about action. You are going in a new direction. They're getting you to go in a new direction. Now it's going to take focusing on that new direction, having communications in order to get there. But they want you to prepare for these new opportunities because they are bringing you an amazing love. They are bringing you divine love. They are bringing you someone that you will be with long term. In order for that new person to come in, it does require closing the door with the current person. And they, again, are congratulating you, Cancers, because although it's not officially completely over, you've all but called it over. So maybe if it's a divorce, you haven't signed divorce papers, or maybe if it's, you know, you're having a break, you know, neither of you want to come back together. It's just officially saying it. Maybe it's officially sharing it with others, letting them know, and letting family and friends and such know that, hey, we're done. It's kaput. But they're bringing you something amazing. A new opportunity, new love, new relationship. To prepare for that, have the conversation. This is the inner voice. Thank you, angels, for guiding me through my inner voice. So for many of you, they're saying, like when my ear was ringing when we first started, many of you, it's also because you need to listen to that inner knowing, because they're saying, you know that wasn't meant to be. You've known that for a long time. Listen to that. For others, they're saying, listen to him when he tells you it's over. Or her. Again, this is a general reading. Flip it as it is. But they're saying when he comes and communicates with you, because we've got her, all these females. To keep it clear so you guys aren't confused, you are the female. He is the male. Again, it's general, so if it's your story, flip it accordingly. But I'm going to stick with what I'm getting and female to make sure we don't all end up confused at the end of this. And that's what they're saying. So, for many of you, he's been trying to tell you that it's over. It's done. And for some of you, you didn't want it to be done and over. So you really weren't wanting to hear it. You're like, no. It's not over. This is going to work. We're going to make this work. I'm going to show him that this can work. I'm going to make him stay. This is not going to happen. This is not going to end. Listen to him. It's over. Allow those communications. Because as soon as the communication happens and it's finally officially done, because again, they're saying for most of you, it's over. It's just not officially over. Just because the conversation hasn't been had. But as soon as the conversation's had, you can focus on creating this new beginning. You have focused your mind. Thank you, angels, for helping me to focus on my priorities. And you see how she's got laser light focus? She's listening with her intuition. As soon as this relationship is officially finally over, you can begin manifesting. You can begin visualizing, okay, well, what is it that I want in a relationship? Okay, I want a relationship that has a deep connection. Because you're like, okay, I enjoy this relationship. We had fun. But I need more. I want more. So start visualizing that, okay? I want something with a deep connection. I want a deep soulmate. I want someone that's an equal partner. I want someone that I can have a family with, that I can marry, that I can have a long-term relationship with. I want someone that we are on equal footing. Because for a number of you, this was not an equal... You both were not equal partners. They weren't at your level. It's funny. Years ago, I had this guy at work tell me, we all have a number. Everybody has a number. You can go up a number, you can go down a number, but the only time you can go up and down numbers like drastically is like if you notice a guy that's extremely wealthy, not really that good looking, he's got a low number, but he'll end up with this hot, gorgeous woman. Well, because there's financial reasons. But for most people, you got a number. They weren't at your level. That's okay. Visualize somebody coming in that's at your level. You're like, I want somebody, I'm a 7, I'm a 10, I'm a 9. I'm going to need someone that can keep up with me. I'm going to need someone at my level that I can build something with. But visualize what you want. Because they're excited and they're ready to bring it in. And then get yourself out there, they're saying. Put yourself out there. It says, take a fucking trip. And on the back it says, go see some shit, do some new things, talk to people cooler than you. This is about meeting new people. For many of you, they already have someone in mind for you. It just requires setting this one free officially and get out there. Put yourself out there. Start going to parties, start going to events. Some of you get online, do some online dating, because this dreamboat that they need you to do some visualization for, that they're going to be bringing in this new love, although they're going to put him divinely orchestrated in a place where you will be, they are not going to deliver him on your doorstep. So you will have to go out and meet some new people. The last card is the High Lady of Love and Compassion. And it says, reverence, kindness, consideration. It is a number 1. Cancers, it's over. This isn't a 10. This isn't saying, okay, this relationship is about to be over. You're at the end. This is saying it's done. Because it is done. And for most of you, it just requires a conversation to make it official. That's all. The official, no, we're really over. Or officially letting people publicly know. But it's a 1, it's over. A 1 is, bam, you are on the road to your new beginning. You are on the road to your new beginning. That's why they're saying, it's over, it's time to get out and meet new people. Time to start dating. It's time to meet that dream boat. And they're bringing you a dream boat. But this card is talking about, okay, now keep in mind this could go reverse. But they were saying, okay, remember this could go reverse. This may not be you. This could be them. They're encouraging you to take the high road. And when you have this conversation, be kind. Be compassionate. Unconditional love isn't always just, unconditional love romantic. I mean, unconditional love is everything. Like our pets love us unconditionally, or our children love us unconditionally. We are evolving, we are ascending, we are coming to a state where we can love everyone unconditionally. You're being encouraged to love this person unconditionally. They are not the person for you. You are not the person for them. But instead of trying to keep them in a relationship that's not working for either of you, they're encouraging you to rise above and come from, because when we're coming from a place of unconditional love, loving someone unconditionally is wanting what's best for them, even when it's not us. Like, I have exes that I'm like, you're great. We're not great together, but I really hope you find the person for you. I really want you to be happy. And that's when we're truly caring for everybody, because we want everybody to have what's best for them. The two of you are not best for each other. They are encouraging you, when you have this conversation, rise above, think compassionately about what's for their highest good. Because for some of you, I get that they have been trying to end this relationship for a while. That's why they were saying when we had this this card about listen to him. When he says it's over, it's really over. Because there's some of you, and hopefully maybe it's only like 2 or 3 of you and the rest of you it's reverse. But they're saying that for those of you that this is a message, every time he has tried to end it, you have tried to keep him in the relationship. You have not wanted to hear what he was saying. You have not wanted to hear from him that he's not happy, that this is not working. For some of you, he may have even come out and said yes, because for a number of you, you have felt like he's in love with somebody else. You've even called him on that, or tried to catch looking on his phone and trying to catch him talking to somebody. So for some, he may have even come out and been, yes, I am in love with someone else. I am. I don't want to be in this relationship. But you didn't want to hear him over and over and over again. You refused to hear that it's over. And even though he may not have been physically telling you, he may have been doing so in his actions. Not want to spend time, not want to talk, because he doesn't want to be in the relationship. But you were not honoring what is best for him by saying, okay, well, it's not working. Because to acknowledge your own feelings, you've not been happy either for a long time. But because you want it to work so hard, you're like, no, I'm not hearing any of that. I'm going to do everything and anything possible to keep you here, keep this working, keep this together. So he didn't want to hear it. Which is why they were saying, listen to him. Have that conversation. It's totally done. It's officially over. You're on a new beginning. You are on a new path. Honor what is for his highest good. Let him go. Because the person that is meant for you can only arrive when you are finally letting him go. And again, they're saying it's an official letting go, because this is the new beginning. It's over. It's done. You two just haven't communicated that's done. They're saying have the strength to let go. There's this little hummingbird. You are going to have someone amazing come in. And they're actually going to come in very rapidly. You see she's on the swing. They're saying as soon as this conversation's had, because it's really just a conversation. In all aspects, it's done. It's over. You just need to both, they're saying it's either like one of two things. It's either the two of you just need to officially have the conversation, yeah, it's completely over, we're done. Or it's okay, you've said you're done, but maybe you haven't officially announced it to family, friends, or whatever. But that official ending, or maybe it's for some, it's signing papers, that official, oh, and they're saying for some maybe officially is maybe he or you, you know, it can always be vice versa, it's a general reading, haven't officially moved all your stuff out of the house. But just do that final thing to make it finally official. You will discover as soon as you do that, she's swinging. You're going to swing forward rapidly, which is why you've got this new beginning. Get yourselves out there, Cancer. You got a dreamboat coming in. I can't wait to hear about it. You'll be like, oh my gosh, Nicole, why did I waste my time on that for so long? I got this soulmate. Some of you, you might meet a twin soul. It's going to be gorgeous, amazing. Okay. Oh my gosh, Leos, you're it. Whew. Here we go. Are you ready? Happy belated birthday. So, yeah, even the girls are wishing you happy birthday. So, Miss Lexi. Okay, so my neighbors are deciding to walk in front of the house and sit and stare at the dogs. So they'll calm down in a moment. Okay, Leos, you have transformation, the Emperor, Angel of Wisdom, synchronicity. We will read that when we get to it. And the Keeper of the Scales. So, this card is all about, you know, total transformation. In the traditional tarot, this would be like the Death card. But you see this card? You have this sword. And what do swords do? Swords, they cut through the BS. They cut through the illusions. They clear things up. And then you got this snake. And snakes, they shed their skin. They become new. And you have this phoenix rising. So no matter how bad things are, the phoenix just lets that all die and be over so they can rise and move into something new, move into something better. So you're going through this transformation. For some of you, it is, in fact, a relationship. It could be a career. It could be something else. But you're letting something go. And by allowing something to fall away, you're able to have something new come in. The problem is where we will get ourselves stuck and hung up is that in order to move forward, we have to let it go. And oftentimes, you know, humans, we're creatures of habit. We don't like things to change. We don't like to let things go. We like things how they always have been. Like you'll find you go to a restaurant, you always get the same entree. Because that's what you like. You know you like that. You know it's going to be good. You just stick with what you know. It is time to let what you know go. Let it be the death of this. Let it be over so that you can truly transform your life and you can really, truly start to move forward. Because for many of you, you keep looking at how things were. You're so focused on that, you're not seeing other aspects of your life. Why? You're out of balance. Okay. The Emperor, Angel of Wisdom. You see he's sitting on his throne. The Emperor, he's very powerful. He's strong, he's stable. This can also be indicative of the law, but he's powerful. He's in control. I mean, he didn't get to run an empire by being a hot mess and out of balance. He got there because he can maintain control. He can help. He is powerful. He is able to empower others. Many of you are not or have not stepped into your power. You feel like your life is out of control. You don't feel like it's going in the right direction. Many of you feel like you're going in spirals. You're just going in circles. But the reason you're going in circles is because even this, you're going in circles. Because you're having a difficult time with letting this go. Be it letting a person go, letting a career go. For those of you that are twin flames, hang in. We're going to get to your little caveat here shortly. But you have to let it go. You have to let the person go and let the situation go. It has to be let go. You are so worried and upset about letting this go, this chapter, this person, situation, that you've been so focused on it, and everything else is kind of like it's a cog stuck in the wheel. Things aren't moving forward because you've lost sight of your mission, your purpose, and the other things. Life's out of balance. So what happens with all of us when we're totally focused on one thing? You know, take it, my retirement, that's gone on forever and ever and ever. Thank you for all of your patience. Well, we have as a team gotten to work through this for years. But there are times where, you know, Archangel Michael will come in very clearly, and he's like, stop worrying about that, because it's a lot of paperwork and stuff. And, you know, it's a lot. So he'll say, stop worrying about that. Do a couple readings. Do a healing session. Do that. So when I take my focus off of the stress of the retirement and attorneys and all these things and players and stuff, and I'm like, okay, and I focus on my spiritual work, my spiritual mission, suddenly things in life start moving forward. Because my life isn't totally off balance, just focused, laser light focus on that one thing. One thing. I'm then focused on my divine mission, what I'm here to do. I'm not so stressed and worried, because when you are focused on something, be it because you want it to change and fall away, because I want it to change and fall away and be done. But the problem is with many of you, you don't want this situation to fall away. You don't want to close that chapter. So you are so focused on it because you are fearful of the change. And for many of you, you're very sad about this change. But you are so focused on it that it has stopped progress in other areas of your life. Because the problem is you're coming from a place of lack. You know, I want this, I want this, I want this. What does that do energetically? That keeps you in a state of wanting it, never having it. Never having it. So at a minimum, to start the process of letting go, stop focusing on it. Focus on something else. And then it will just work itself out. It'll fall away. Or it will transform. We're going to come back to the transform. Synchronicity. Thank you, angels. I trust your well-timed guidance and signs. Your Rebel Deck card says, you need a good fucking cry. Get the ugly cry on. Let that shit go. Your soul will thank you. And then we have the Keeper of the Scales. It says fairness, it says balance. She's holding these two scales. She has light in the future and nothing but stormy clouds behind her. This card is all about, you know, really bringing your life into focus, focusing on the things that matter. Because when you do focus on the things that matter, guess what? You get more synchronicities. Things come into balance. You will notice things in your life begin to progress forward. The wheel moves forward. You no longer will be stuck. Because a lot of you keep getting all these signs to focus on what you're here to do, to focus on the future, to let go. As many of you would say, let go. You're getting all these signs to do that. You're getting all these messages to take certain action steps. Move in a certain direction. Do it. Do it. You're not doing it because you're fearful. But you'll find when you take those action steps and you just move in a new direction, you take your focus off this, life gets better. Now again, Leo, they are saying this is a broad spectrum. It is a general reading. It's a broad spectrum. So it can be career. It can be any type of situation. Now for a number of you, this is a twin flame situation. Now, the interesting thing with twin flames, when you let them go, that's what transforms the relationship. And one of two things will happen. You know, there are indeed some people that are with a false twin. Although most of you that are guided to come to my channel are actually indeed true twin flames or twin souls. So the false isn't really an issue for those of you, but there may be a couple of you that, you know, if it is in fact a false twin, letting them go, they'll just be permanently removed. And you'll know at that point. But for 97% of you, you are in fact a true twin flame. They are in fact your true twin flame. But here's the problem. You are so focused on them. You're not doing your mission. you're not focused on other areas of your life. And that's where your focus needs to be. You need to let them go. And I say that and have been saying that for a long time. And apparently, Leos, that's very important for you at this time, because the problem is when it comes to twin flames, you will not come into union until you let them go. It's not saying that it's letting go forever. What happens is it transforms the energy. It rebalances things. Okay? I can't tell you how many of my clients are coming into union at this juncture. And my twin and I will be coming together in the very near future. It's funny because Archangel Michael and Jesus like to come in about him all the time. I'm like, I can't be focused on him. I am too busy with my retirement and other stuff. No. And they're like, yeah, but we want to talk about him. But it was interesting because when I took my focus a long time off of him years ago, granted, it's not like he pops in. So they're not saying like you take your focus off him. Most of you, this is for the divine feminine, to take your focus off of him. Step into your power. Start doing you. Not saying he's going to show up on your doorstep the next day. Again, that's having expectations. That's still going to keep things stuck. Like truly surrendering and fully letting go. Not worrying about it anymore. I did that years ago. Did he show up on my doorstep the next day? No. But I was told 2-3 years ago how it was all going to play out. And interestingly, things are now exactly playing out like they said. But I have so many clients that when they're like, okay, Nicole, I'm going to trust. I'm going to finally let go. I'm afraid of doing that. I'm worried about doing that. But when they really just did it, then a couple months later, they're like, you won't believe what happened, Nicole. I wasn't even caring about him, thinking about him, and guess who called? You're coming from, those of you that are twins, you do need to cry. Go ahead and cry. It hurts, it's painful to finally just be like, okay, God, I surrender. You know I love him, you know I want to be with him. But whatever you're going to have happen, I trust you. You know, God never takes something from us if he's not going to bring something amazing. But this relationship does have to transform. You've been hurt. You've had things happen. It needs to be like the snake where there's a shedding of a skin and then they're new. The thing that flips the energies with twin flames is when the feminine steps into her power. Because when she steps into her power, he steps into his power. When she starts loving herself, he loves himself. Then you come together. At this juncture, you're out of balance. And it has brought, and again, this is a twin flame specific message, it has brought the rest of your life to a halt. When I say let go of them, I've had people ask questions, but I can't go, that's giving up, that's saying I love him. It's not saying that you don't love him. It's just saying let go. Let God do what God's going to do with that relationship when it's going to be whatever it's going to be. Stop worrying about what they're doing, where they're at, who they're dating. Stop looking at their webpage. Stop looking at their Facebook. Focus on you. If you are a twin flame, yes, you get an amazing relationship, but that's not the main reason you're here. You are here to help people heal. You are here to help people awaken. You are here to help people ascend. You have a direct connection to the divine. You are here to provide guidance. That is what you're here for. When you start doing what you are here to do, when you start focusing on the light, God's light, when you start focusing on your divine mission, your purpose, things come into balance. Things move forward. And then magically, out of nowhere, because you're no longer obsessing over it, he shows up. But you have to let go for him to show up. Sorry, ladies, but that is a step you have to do. It's not easy. It's hard. But it's also a trust, it's a step of total faith. Because twins are one. You feel them, you hear them. Telepathic communication, she's never gone. But when you can just have complete trust and faith that, that is the one thing deep in my heart and soul, I don't want to not have them in my life. But when you're clinging and you're so focused on them all the time, you're coming from a state of lack, that you don't have them, that it's not happening, that they're not in your life. Well, guess what happens? They continue to not be in your life. Is he ever going to get here? Is he ever going to show up? Is he ever going to call me? When's he going to call me? Well, then you can continue to stay in a state of, well, when's he going to call? When's he going to call? You're not in a state of, oh, he calls me, now we're living together. we're getting married, we're moving forward together, you stay in a state of lack, a state of waiting. You are stuck in a state of waiting. Stop waiting on him. Move your life forward. And that will move things with him forward. And don't worry when, the how, any of that. Just start focusing on you. Focus on your mission. Let him go. Let the when, the how, the what. Let God cover it. Because God's got it. You see this? They are in union. They are in total balance. Total balance. This doesn't say death. This says transformation. Twin flames, they want to transform your situation. They want to get you out of a state of sadness and lack and having everything stuck in your life. But they can only do that when you take the steps and listen to the messages, listen to the action steps they're guiding you to take and do those things. Beginning with, let him go. And trust. And again, letting go doesn't mean you don't love him. It just means you're letting go. You're letting go of the expectations. You're letting go of the worry. You're letting go of that state of being stuck in a, I'm waiting, he's not here, I'm in a state of lack, I'm without him. You don't need him to move forward in your mission in your life. And he won't come in until you're moving forward on your mission in your life. Leos, they're encouraging you to just trust. Trust. Move forward. Focus on your mission. Focus on bringing life into balance. And then watch your entire life transform. Because you, my dear, at that point, you will be the phoenix. And you will have so many blessings coming in. So, that concludes these readings. We have an amazing month ahead of us, folks. For those of you who do the timestamps, oh my gosh, I love you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. I wish you all a lot of love and joy and blessings. Mwah.